it's me, Rob from Two Dandy Gamers, and it's great to see you this morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where in the world you are. Hey, today we are playing Mario is Missing, the 1993 educational game as part of Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday is our retro stream, and it is our contribution to the, it would help if I spelled that correctly, to the Marchio calendar. We're looking for something retro. We're looking for something Mario. What better than Mario is Missing, right? But I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be, if nothing else, a fun little bit of nostalgia. Mario's only in the beginning and end cutscenes. I know, we gotta find him. We gotta find Mario. Oh. When's the last time you played this game? Can't you just Google him? Oh, this would be 93, so no, you couldn't have Googled him. Couldn't even ask Jeeves. Alright, give me a sec, I gotta remember what all these do. Gotta rescue Mario so he can time travel in the other educational game. Yes, I had no idea that that was a game, that was an actual thing. And look what we got. We got a little Pokey. Yes. #1 character in any Mario game. Hey, Lemming. Nice to see ya. Your brother and you had this growing up. I did as well. Doesn't mean I remember. Whoa. How do I pick that up? I don't know what I picked up. I did as well. I don't remember too much about it. I remember it was kind of like a trivia style game. Oh, okay. I think we found the turbo button. Pokey hype. Do the Koopas hurt you? I'm just gonna check this out. They don't. What is the point of hitting a Koopa then? Other than they explode. You saw the NES version of this? See, I didn't know there was an NES version of this until I was searching around. Cause I had this on the Super NES. Why is the Trevi Fountain closed today? Like the sign says, bud, coins. Oh, check this out. Peach has an attitude with us in this game. Like the sign says, bud, coins from Trevi Fountain were stolen and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here's a pamphlet with more information. So we're looking for coins from the Trevi Fountain. Legend says if a visitor tosses coins over their shoulder into the Trevi Fountain, they will one day return to Rome. Trevi Fountain is one of the most well-known landmarks in Rome because of its fable, but also because of its fancy carvings. The fountain was shown in the 1954 movie, 3 Coins in the Fountain. Now you gotta figure out where you are and bring Yoshi to you to make the Pokey go down. Hey, Geocane, welcome in. Nice to see ya. Alright, so we're looking for coins, I guess. Can I return coins? Okay, we have to prove you're good. Are authentic by answering a few questions. Trevi is the biggest and oldest what in Rome? Is it restaurant, fountain, amusement park, or church? Well, if we're throwing coins in, I'm gonna assume it is a fountain. Add your 2 cents, Luigi. Why do people throw coins? Is it to feed the fish, to get change for the laundry, to return to Rome, or to make a wish? Sadly, it is to return to Rome. Look at that. We got 1,500. Is this it? Is this all the game is? I really could not remember. Look at that. We got a lovely picture of the Trevi Fountain. How do I get out of this screen? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's take a look at our menu real quick. Let's see what we have here. Maybe. Okay, so we saw this guy right above us. We saw him earlier, so I guess we need to go talk to him. What is the globulator? I don't know what any of this is, but look. Look, it's where all of us live on the globe. Some of you live there. Some of us live here. Dallas? What a choice. What a choice to choose to represent America. Dallas. You get New York, Dallas, or San Francisco. All right, let's get out of there. Let's go find that guy again. I think he was back down here. You didn't know that's where Bowser's castle was? Yes, of course, because of all the lava, right? All right, how do I talk to you? Sir? Sir? No, don't go up the street. Luigi! It's being worthless. All right. Sir? How do I talk to you? None of my buttons interact with him. Okay. Never mind. Let's see what other questions the city of Rome has in store for us. Here's another person. I know they were also on the list. I don't know. Peach, let's talk. Why is the Sistine Chapel closed today? Like the sign says, the ceiling was stolen and we can't reopen until it's returned. Here's a pamphlet with more information. All right. In 1508, Pope Julius II commissioned the artist Michelangelo to decorate the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. He wasn't used to painting on plaster. It took Michelangelo over 4 years to finish painting the 10,000 square foot ceiling. Much of the painting had to be done in an uncomfortable position. The artist was either laying on wooden scaffolds or looking straight up. The chapel ceiling is breathtakingly beautiful. It is considered Michelangelo's masterpiece. Great. Let's return this gladiator sphere. The gladiator sphere? I'm not missing the gladiator sphere. Come back when you have what I'm looking for. Ah, maybe that's what we were picking up from the Koopas. Also, this pipe does not have a pokey in it. So that just takes us back there. Oh, well, look at this. I found a map. So we do need to kill the Koopas. Squish. Okay, that's the Sistine Chapel. Apparently you have to cross on the crosswalk or it will beep at you. The cars will not be very happy with your decision to jaywalk. Ooh, what's this? What do we get? Ah, painting. Nice. We know where that goes. Okay. Let's return the ceiling. Okay, but you have to prove that your goods are authentic by answering a few questions. Let's make this picture perfect. Who painted the ceiling? Was it Leonardo, Splinter, Donatello, or Michelangelo? Thank you for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reference there. All right, what does Sistine mean in Latin? It does not. That was not part of the story, was it? Okay, so is it ceiling, 6, paintbrush, or holy? Well, I imagine it's not ceiling, and I imagine it's not paintbrush. Let's think through our Latin. So that leaves just 6 in holy. I'm gonna imagine maybe holy. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's a fake. I was wrong. Hey, joint specialist. You been to the Sistine Chapel? How is it? Oh. Wait a minute. So to talk to them, we have to be facing them. Now we know. It's pretty amazing. Nice. See, I've never been to Italy. Sam has. He actually has a coat, an Italian leather coat. That is the one thing he still has from his trip there. All right. So Peach is mad at us. We got that last question wrong. See if we can reset this. All right, I want to return. Yes, ask away. So what does Sistine mean in Latin? Well, we know it's not holy, so let's say 6. It is. Nice. Where is the Sistine Chapel located? Is it near the Trevi Fountain, in Michelangelo's house, underground, or in the Vatican? It is in the Vatican. At last, the Sistine Chapel ceiling. We've been looking all over town. Now I get $900. What am I doing with this money? Anything? Do I get to do anything with this money? Or is that just swag points? Hi, ma'am. Oh my God, her face. That is a face if I've ever seen one. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? Happy Throwback Thursday to you. What is this? When gladiators met lions in the Colosseum, they used that spear to try and flee them. Awesome. Oh, Jamie, welcome in. Welcome in, Jamie, and also welcome in, Taddy. How's it going? Going good? Nice. Good to hear. Okay, we have the spear. We know that goes to the Colosseum. Let's go ahead and read about the Colosseum real quick. That gives us most of the answers that we need. Like the sign says, bud, the gladiator spear was stolen. Great. Well, we have that spear. Going well. You got your hack uploaded yesterday. GG. GG's on that. The Colosseum was built in AD 72 with the command of an important Roman emperor. Its name comes from a Latin word meaning big, and it's really huge. 573 yards in circumference. The Colosseum seated over 50,000 spectators. The rulers and the public came to the arena each week to watch games of strength and other entertainment. The games they watched were often very violent, with gladiators sent to fight riveting foes like hungry lions and elephants. How the roof of the Sistine Chapel gets stolen? So it wasn't the roof, it was the ceiling. They just stole the ceiling, they left the roof. Let's put this spear back here. Sure, ask me questions to prove the authenticity of this. How many people could fit in this place? It did not say that, but it's huge. Really huge. So let's say 50,000. Because 5,000 doesn't seem... Well, I don't know. Now let's think about this. Certainly not 100,000. That is like the size of a small city. 150 and 5,000 seem really small. So 50,000 seems pretty good. But if that's wrong, 5,000 is probably it. Oh, it was right. 5,000 people, or sorry, 50,000 people could fit within the Sistine, or not the Sistine Chapel, the Colosseum. If I remember correctly, so I think London was actually the first city to bypass 1 million people, but I think Rome was pretty close. Or maybe London was the first city to bypass 1 million people in Europe. Although I guess Rome would be in Europe as well. So I'm pretty sure. But again, very, very large city at the time the Colosseum was built. Which was when? Was it BC 72? AD 72? AD 52? Or 1972? Well, as fun as it would be to have it be built in the disco era, we are pretty sure is AD 72. Nice. Look at that. We have solved those 3 questions. All right, we've got no more artifacts with us. I don't remember the computer at all. This is a brand new thing to me. All right. So we've done all of these 3 things. I guess we have to talk to all of these people. I guess. So you want to play a ROM hack. How does everything work? So with a ROM hack, you essentially get a clean version of whatever game it is that's being emulated. So, for example, if you're playing a Super Mario World ROM hack, you need to find a clean version of Super Mario World. And then you basically just patch it. You patch it with whatever the ROM hack is. I'll tell you, Jamie, it seems a little overwhelming the very first time, but once you've done it once, it's really actually pretty simple. So I have to, I guess, talk to all of them and get all of their delicious knowledge. Think they just give hints? All right, so what do we say? Do we want to, do we want to try to fill out all this information? I guess we don't really need to. We know where we are. We returned all the items. So we need... I know what the globulator is for now. You look things up? Yeah, Jamie, it's, as I said, it's not difficult. Once you kind of know, or once you figure it out once, it's pretty easy. Hey, look at this. Did we get all the photos? I think so. Hold on. So we got the Trevi Fountain. Oh, maybe not. How do we get a photo? Do we need to go in to... Oh no, we need to go into the buildings. We unlocked them and then we just didn't go in. What a beautiful, beautiful representation of the Sistine Chapel. Oh. Joint specialist, I bet this is exactly what it looked like. I bet this... It's just like having gone myself. To a T. Mwah, beautiful. You play ROM hacks if your computer didn't freak out when you try to download stuff? Oh, no. Oh, wait, hold on. Was this the Trevi Fountain down here? Is that what this was? Go in, let's go in. Yeah, it was, okay. So we just need to go get a picture of the Colosseum. And the Colosseum was up, I think. We have a city map, right? Yeah. Oh, it's in the far right. All right. Down to the far right we go. Riveting gameplay, right? I mean, I seem to be better at this than I was, son of a... than I was at Mario Maker yesterday, so... Maybe this is my, my new bag. I'm gonna become a refreshing level streamer and a, Mario is Missing streamer. I want you to go into there. Thank you. All right, look at that Coliseum. 50,000 people could fit in there. Hey, Abbott, good morning. Nice to see ya. All right, now we have all of the pictures. Let's get out of here. This is the Mario game you've been waiting for, right? The hot Mario action. Wait, where am I? Yeah, is this not the pipe I came in? Oh no, I need to go to the pipe in the upper right-hand corner. The blue pipe. Have they not remade Where in the World's Carmen San Diego? Because I would agree, they really should, although... Would the kiddos today appreciate the game? Would they have as much nostalgia for it? Hey, Warpstar, how's it going today? That's right, we are here with a little bit of Mario is Missing action. It is our retro Throwback Thursday contribution to Marchio Madness. It's not bad. It's not hard. I did look at the speedrun category for this. It's like a 23-minute speedrun. Is Mario's Time Machine next? How did I not know this is a thing? I did not know that that was a game. And Sabrosian had mentioned it a couple of times, and then actually sent a clip of it. City score. We got... Wait, the score is 0? I talked to people, and I got pictures. I think that is a perfectly good run on that. Also, I enjoy that we just locked Yoshi in there. We're just like, cool, Yoshi, thanks for the help. Bye. Mario's Time Machine, something else? Oh, it rolled down to 0. Okay. Alright, so we gotta squish everything. Can we go in this door? That looks like an open door. Alas, we cannot. Mario's Time Machine's the other educational one. So fun fact, when I was playing this as a kid, I actually did not think that this was an educational game. I don't know why it never registered with me that I was playing a learning game. Where am I? Beijing is the largest city in the country, covering 6,486 square miles. That is dated because now the city is much larger. Had biscuit and iced coffee for breakfast. Beep, beep. Nice. All right. Well, let's, I mean, we know where we are. I actually know my geography quite well. Oh my gosh, come on. So let's send let's send Yoshi here. There we go. Just so we can ride him for the swag. Google still says 6,490 square miles. It's just more dense now. Okay. I was going to say, probably like a lot of the population type numbers and stuff like that would be off. But I guess, yeah, the city size itself probably has not changed. Probably like a lot of other cities around the world. Yeah, the city is filled up, and rather than expand the city, it's probably just kind of spilled over into like the suburbs. $21.5 million people there. That's crazy. We are nowhere close to that where I live. And even then, sometimes I'm like, it's a little packed. It's a little packed for me. Let's go visit the city map and let's kind of get an idea of where we're going. So all 3 places of interest are in the middle of the map. One at the top, one at the middle, and one at the bottom. Or I should say the center line. Odd question for the dating of this game. When this was published, was there still an East and West Berlin? No, the wall fell, what, 1989? So I think this would have been post collapse of the Soviet Union and all of that. It'll be interesting as well if they'll have, I don't remember if we ever visit Russia in this, but it'd be interesting to see what the Soviet, post-Soviet information about Russia is as well. Beep. Come on, go down the street, Yoshi. All right, so we're on the bottom street. Oh, we're not. We are not at the bottom. 4 years, not too long depending on how long it was being developed. All right, let's ask Peach for some information. You do think Russia's in this? I was gonna say it's been a long time since I've played. Entire state of Florida has 21.5 million, and it's 65,000 square miles. So basically the same number of people in a tenth of the space. Whew. Yes, that's the thing. Me personally, I like big cities. I like to visit them and stuff like that. But I couldn't live in like a massive megalopolis type situation. I can't. About 1 million is about as high as I think I can go. I couldn't do like a super small city either. I need like a nice mid-sized city. Give me like a Kansas City or like even like Pittsburgh. I could do like a city the size of Pittsburgh. Any bigger than that, probably too big for me. You're in Raleigh and you feel like that's about perfect. Bigger city without feeling like it. Yes. Yeah, that's about, I think, where I'd want. I get the amenities of a big city without actually being in a big city. Dragon Breath, take care. Have a good one. Thank you for the auto host, and until I see you again, remember, stay dandy. Why is the Temple of Heaven closed today? I don't know. The Hall of Good Harvest was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. All right, learning time. Tiantan, the Temple of Heaven, is China's most famous temple. It consists of several buildings built around the 15th century, all set inside a walled park. The Hall of Good Harvest, the most well-known of the park's buildings, is set on top of a triple tier of marble terraces. Each carved terrace has its own balcony. The 123-foot-high structure is amazing because it was built without one single nail. Ooh, that is scary. The Emperor of China would spend one evening a year in the temple, fasting and praying to assure a good harvest. I don't know. If someone were to tell you today, hey, I built a 100-foot-high structure and I didn't use a single nail, would you feel comfortable going in? Or would you be a little reticent? Oh, that's right. We need to find objects. I forgot about that. I know for me, if someone said that, I would be like, oh, well, that's cool. That's a neat building to look at. All right, any Koopas in this area? Nope. Up we go. I could learn more, but instead, I would rather wait till we have stuff, because that's a lot of information. 123 feet. Marble terraces, each has its own balcony. It's in a walled garden. Is that... I wonder if it's the same as like the... I think it's called the Forbidden City. All right, there we go. Now we have all of our objects. Yeah, y'all didn't think I was going to play this. You're wrong. I'm going to play this whole game All right, let's return the Gate of Heavenly Peace. Wait, you're not missing the Gate of Heavenly Peace. No, what were you missing? The Hall of Good Harvest. Well, I have all of the objects. Why are you only giving me... Oh, there. All of a sudden now you'll give me the correct one? Great. All right. We're going to have to prove that our goods are authentic by answering a few questions. Let's ask away. What did the Emperor do here one night a year? Did they have a slumber party? Did they fast and pray? Or did they hold a great feast? That's right. They fasted and prayed, and by doing so, they would have a good harvest the next year. Y'all are smart. About how high is the Hall of Good Harvest? 123 feet? 123 stories? 123 fathoms? Or 123 meters? Well, we know it's not fathoms. That's under the sea. And it's not 123 stories because that'd be 123 floors tall. And without a single nail, that would be a very dangerous building to be in. So it's 123 feet. At last, the Hall of Good Harvest. They've been looking all over this town for that. And it was just in a Koopa's pocket. Let's go get a picture of it. Luigi is doesn't care about saving Mario. He just wants some good pictures. Some good shots for the gram. Fun fact, Luigi's just Mario. Mario's just on his own little adventure. Why is the Forbidden City closed today? Well, this says I want to return the stone from the Great Wall, so never mind. Let's go visit the Great Wall instead. All right, the Great Wall of China. Let's learn all about that. Let's expand our geographical knowledge. One of the world's 7 great wonders, the Great Wall is the only man-made object visible from outer space. That is no longer true. The Chinese poetically call it the Long Wall of 10,000 Li. It is said that over 300,000 men labored for 10 years to complete its 3,946 miles. Begun in 5th century BC, its purpose was to keep northern tribes from attacking southern states. The wall was built wide enough to allow a team of 5 horses to run side by side along its top surface. Well, let's return the stone. We know lots of new information. How long is the wall? Is it 3,946 miles, 300,000 kilometers, 3,690 miles, or 5,000 miles? Well, although this one does have 69 in it, pretty sure it's the 3,946 miles. Yes, it was. When did the building of the wall begin? Was it 25th century BC, 1949, 3946 BC, or the 5th century BC? That's right. That's right. It's the 5th century BC. Perfect. Nice. In we go. To the Great Wall of China. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Luigi. Taking such artistic pictures. I do appreciate that Yoshi looks left and right before crossing the street. However, you should always look left, right, and then left again, at least here in the US, or for those where cars drive on the right side of the road. I imagine for those of you who drive with cars on the left side of the road, it's probably look right, left, and then right again. Let us talk to our Peach pal here. Oh no, this is the Forbidden City. Never mind, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking this was the other location, but it's not. So why is the Forbidden City closed today? Well, the Gate of Heavenly Peace, Tiananmen, was built in AD 1651, an impressive 110 feet tall. Heavenly Peace is the main entrance to the Forbidden City, which has been renamed the Palace Museum. Once a walled estate of emperors, only the emperor himself was permitted to use Tiananmen. Guards kept everyone else out. Those entitled to visit the city had to use a separate entry. In 1949, the leader, Mao Zedong, stood at the gate to announce the formation of the People's Republic of China, the present-day communist government. Well, I want to return that Gate of Heavenly Peace. Just like any city, there are Yoshi riders and a clone of Peach at every corner, and nobody seems concerned at all that there are Koopas just walking around. All right, we're going to prove our authenticity. Who couldn't enter the Forbidden Gate or the Forbidden City through the Heavenly Gate? Everyone and everything. The Emperor's new clothes. Everyone but the Emperor or the Emperor's daughter. It's everyone but the Emperor. The Emperor was the only one who could go through the Heavenly Gate. Everyone else had to use a separate entrance. What is the Forbidden City's present name? Is it Taboo Town, the Palace Museum, Heavenly Peace, or Tiananmen? If I remember correctly, was it Tiananmen was old, so I believe it's the Palace Museum. At last, it was, and in we go to take a picture. Look at that. Look at that. Who needs Google Images when you can look at an artist's painstaking recreation of the Forbidden City in glorious 16-bit? Okay. We have found all the photos, right? Yeah. Nice. It's a picture worthy of Mario Paint indeed. All right, so we have done our important tasks here. We have returned. Oh my gosh. Some things you press the start button for and some things you don't. It's kind of annoying. Just did your Netherlands presentation and it went pretty well. Well, good. Hey, here's the thing. You got it done. And so there's nothing you can do now to change it. So take that good feeling and just say, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. But I know I did a great job. So GG, last prize. We're going to take a look at our city map real quick. So we need to go down 1 street, 2 street, and then over to the right. One street, 2 streets, over to the right. Yeah, get out of here, Pokey. Ah, there we go. Yes, it does count down. Nice. Look at that. 2 areas taken care of. We got 3 more to go. Let's check out the next one. Oh, where could we be this time? Where could we be, and will we find Mario here? Alright, so we have visited Beijing, China. We have visited Rome, Italy. And now we're going to figure out where we are here. So before we even bother talking with her, let's jump into the city map. Let's take a look at where we're headed. All right, so we have one in the bottom right-hand corner, one in the kind of middle left, and one in the top right corner. So I'm really curious on the speed run of this, because the speed run is about 20 minutes. If the Koopas that have the artifacts, if those are preset or if it's random. All right, we picked up one item. What did we pick up? We picked up a skull. Put our map back on. A spooky skull. It's not Spooktober. It's not Spooktober at all. We should be picking up a skull. Haven't found Mario yet. We did find a skull. Hopefully it's not Mario's. Alright, there's a skull. I got a feeling that might be related. Let's chat. Where am I? We came through Mombasa and picked our way through lions and elephants to this capital city. Great. So why is the National Museum of Kenya closed today? Like the sign says, the human skull was stolen. Let's learn all about the human skull. Also, Floppy, welcome in. Anthropologists believe Kenya to be the birthplace of all mankind. Scientists working there have dug up some of the oldest human fossils ever found. One skull found near Lake Turkana is said to be almost 3 million years old. The plains of East Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, and Ethiopia are being eagerly excavated to try and solve the mystery of where human beings first lived. All right. A headdress. Oh, here we go. The skull. That's what we want to return. Okay, but we're going to have to prove that it's authentic by answering a few questions. Here we go. So anthropologists think Kenya may be the birthplace of mankind. Why? Is it because there are messages written on cave walls? Is it very old human fossils? Very old dinosaur bones? Or some leftover birthday cake? Well, as delicious as leftover birthday cake would be, I'm pretty sure it's very old human fossils. And how old is that skull that we're holding? Could it be 300,000 years old? 344,000 years old? 3 million years old? Or is it way old? I mean, technically, way old is correct. That's very correct. But 3 million years old it is. Let's go and take a picture of this skull. There it is. We had the skull in our possession. We could have taken a picture with it in our hand, but instead we took it back to the National Museum of Kenya. Returning artifacts to where they belong. And we know where we are, so let's send Yoshi there. to the lovely city of Nairobi. We also have a headdress. We don't know where that belongs yet, but we will find out soon. Oh, there we go. Third artifact found. Nice. So there was another spot up here. All right. It's the Nairobi National Park. So we have a baby elephant and a headdress. All right. So why is the Nairobi National Park closed today? The baby elephant was stolen, so we're going to return it. But before we return it, let's find out a little bit more about the Nairobi National Park. So it's a mere It's a mere 8 miles from the contemporary city of Nairobi, and it's an authentic wildlife preserve. The park's trails open onto the undisturbed Kitengela Athi Plains to allow the animals to follow ancient migratory paths. The park is full of lions, cheetahs, rhinos, antelopes, and many other species. And since the park is completely undeveloped, it provides an amazing drive-through safari in the shadow of a modern, teeming capital city. All right, well, let's give them their baby elephant back. I don't know why we're riding Yoshi when we could be riding a baby elephant, but game logic. All right, but we're going to have to prove the authenticity, so let's see. The Nairobi National Park is also an animal preserve, animal circus, animal cracker factory, or an animal amusement park. Well, you are amused there, but typically when we say amusement park, we are thinking more of roller coasters, stuff like that. Instead, we are at an animal preserve. The safari park is important because it allows animals to pig out, meet and greet human beings, roam free, or vote. Yes, I think Animal Cracker would have been the perfect answer, but alas, I don't think that's the one the game is looking for. Oh, and voting is also important. Hey, vote. Get out there, and any opportunity you get, vote. Do it. All right, but no, this park allows its animals to roam free. Animal rights to vote, absolutely. Thank you for the vote. All right, here's a picture of Nairobi National Park. Look at that zebra. Got a little zebra. Got a couple of trees. A lovely stream. It's so beautiful. You're not 18 plus, or are you? That's okay. When you're eligible to vote, do it, and do it often. Because remember, whether it's national politics or global politics, all politics are local. All right, so we need to run basically just straight down. That is the only place we have not been yet. And thankfully it's right next to the blue pipe. So, let's see, why is the Maasai village closed today? Well, the Maasai headdress was stolen. We can't reopen until it's returned. So give us some information about it. Of the more than 70 tribes, 70 tribes in Africa, none are more visually well known than the Maasai. Their lives revolve around their cattle and the money they make from training herds, but the Maasai are also famous warriors. When the male Maasai reaches the age of 15, he's initiated into the warrior group. He dyes his skin a distinctive reddish-orange with paste from the ochre plant. His hair is tightly braided, and then it too is covered with ochre paste. As young warriors, the boys hunt with blunted arrows. Small birds are their first prey, and as a reward, the birds are stuffed and tied around a frame, which they wear as a headdress. All right, well, we have one of those headdresses. Let's give it back. And we're going to do that by proving the authenticity of it. So they make a living from what animals? From small birds? From miniature collies? Or from cattle? Well, the small birds are tied to the headdress, but that's not what they make their money as. They make their money with cattle. And what does the Maasai warrior use to dye his skin red? Is it ochre paste? Is it tomato paste? Or is it okra plants? Well, we have eaten okra on stream, and we know that that is a green, crunchy, cruciferous vegetable. Tomato paste is red, and that is the color that they dye their skin and their hair, but unfortunately, it is neither of those answers. It is ochre paste. Yes, look at that. Look at that, we got it. And let's take a picture of their village. Got a man dressed in some clothes. We've got a hut. We got a nice tree in the background. And we've got someone's loving work preserved forever in Luigi's camera. Funny enough, I had a very early digital camera, and I will tell you that the quality of it looked about as good as the quality of that picture. All right, city is secured. Next city is... I don't know where we're going next. Based on the domes, based on the ornate artwork around the arches, we may be in a European and Asiatic city. Perhaps this is our Moscow that we have talked about. Let's turn on our map real quick. Nah, it's Amsterdam. But where are the canals? Because Amsterdam also has canals going through it too, right? You know what? Let's talk to this guy. Where am I? Doesn't matter who you czar. Moscow's been the capital of the Soviet Union since 1918. Let's open up the vodka. Yo, Paul, welcome in. Welcome in. We are playing a little bit of Mario is Missing, the 1993 educational game on both the NES and Super NES. Have you never played this before? Ah, yes, yes. So it's basically like learning geography and geographical trivia. You know what? We know where we are. Let's send Yoshi to us. It's an experience that's forgettable. Yeah. Oh, where in Russia are we, though? Oh, there we go. Moscow. GeoGuessr? I don't know GeoGuessr. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. No, not Globulator. I'm looking for the city map. There we go. Where are we? All right, we are on the same plane as something. You get a random Google Earth image and have to figure out where you are. I have never heard of this. Is it like a Flash style game? Why is the Bolshoi Ballet closed today? Well, like the sign says, bud, the ballet slipper was stolen. So, it's actually a ton of fun and it's played in your browser. Alright, interesting. I'll have to check it out. Bolshoi Ballet. The Russian dance companies are the accepted stars of the 20th century ballet. No troupe is more famous than the Bolshoi Ballet Company, founded in 1776. Alexander Gorsky, director of the Bolshoi until 1924, is one of the most important people in the ballet world. It's said he made dances more interesting to modern audiences by introducing the idea of realism into choreography and scenery. The Bolshoi Theater was built in 1856 and seats 2,000 ballet fans. Well, let's return that slipper by proving its authenticity. And how do we do that? With our brains. Bolshoi is a city, ballet troupe, and is it a theater? Is it a ballet slipper, or is it a type of stew? Well, it is the Bolshoi Theater, so I'm going to assume theater. Yes. So the Bolshoi Theater sells out every show, shows first-run movies, seats over 3,000, or was built in 1865. We actually haven't learned that information. We know it doesn't seat over 3,000. They said it seats 2,000. And it also doesn't show movies. So does it sell out every show, or was it built in 1865? We're just going to take a guess here. Although it'd be nice if it sold out every show. I'm sure there are probably occasions where that is not the case. So we'll say it was built in 1865. Is that correct? Oh, it was not correct. Oh, we have to leave. We have to leave and come back. We could have asked people on the street, but did we? We didn't. We're on a pseudo speed run of this. Oh, she's too busy. We'll remember all that information for later, though. The item's a fake now. Ballerinas can't rest till you give them that so they can dress. Great. All right, we talked to someone. Maybe they'll let us do it now. All right. So we know it is a theater, and I guess it does sell out every show. Now we know. That's a fun little fact. I don't know if that's true or not, but it did get us to prove that authenticity of a ballet slipper. So here's a beautiful picture of the lovely Bolshoi Ballet. All right, let's find the next thing that we need to return. Well, I guess we have all the things we need to return. But let's find the place we need to return it to. All right. Why is the Kremlin closed today? Well, like the sign says, the cannonball from the cannon was stolen. Let's learn more about that. So, the Emperor's Cannon in the Kremlin is known in Russian as Tsar Pushka. It's the biggest cannon in the world, with a caliber of 35 inches. Its barrel is 17.5 feet long ladies, gentlemen, if anyone tells you their cannon is 35 inches or 17.5 feet long, they're lying to you. The cannon was cast in 1586 by Andrei Shakov and weighs a total of 40 tons. On the barrel is a likeness of Tsar Fyodor Ivanovich. All right, well, let's return that cannonball. Oh, Ebbet, I know your cannon. Mrs. Ebbet told me. All right, let's prove this information about the cannon. So, whose image appears on the cannon? Well, we do know, because it was not fun to pronounce, Tsar Fyodor Ivanovich. And the cannon is the what in the world? Is it the heaviest cannon in the world? Is it the oldest cannon in the world? Or is it the biggest cannon in the world? Ooh. Well, we don't want to brag about our size, but it might be the biggest in the world. Let's take a look at this cannon. Oh, it's not even going to show us the cannon. We return the cannonball and it's not even going to show us that. It's going to show us the Kremlin instead, where the cannon resides. All right, but we got our picture, and that's what's important. All right, one more place to visit, and it is... Oh, it's below us. Somehow we managed to pass right by it. I've actually never been to Russia either. I think that'd be a fun place to visit sometime. Why is St. Basil's Cathedral closed today? Well, the cathedral dome is missing. This strange and wonderful church was built in 1555 by Duke Ivan III, who's also known as Ivan the Terrible. He ordered the church built to honor the holy fool St. Basil. Holy Fool is the name for a saint in Russia. The famous onion domes were added later in the 16th century, and although the church appears to have no real design, the building was carefully built as one large chapel surrounded by 8 dome-topped chapels, and every room is painted in a different pattern and color. Now we know. Those famous onion domes that you have seen in Tetris, now you also get to see them in Mario's Missing. All right, let's return a cathedral dome and prove its authenticity by answering some questions. So, holy fool means what in Russian? Is it idiot? Is it saint? Is it onion? Or is it four? Well, it's not idiot, and although the domes are onion-shaped, they are not actual onions. So, saint it is. Now, who ordered that church to be built? Was it Basil the Pesto, Ivan the Terrible, Ivan the Domed One, or Peter the Great? That's right. It was Basil the Pesto. No, just kidding. It was Ivan the Terrible. Nice. Let's go in, get our picture, and get out of here. Look at it. Look at that lovely cathedral. And that takes care of Moscow. Now, where is that blue pipe? Off to the left. All right, so one street up, and away we go. I'm kind of curious. I actually don't remember Bowser's Castle. Did I ever beat this game? Did I ever do that? I don't know how this game ends. All right, we got one more place to go. Where is it? Where are we headed off to? Okay. Based on the Victorian housing, I've got a pretty, and the bridge, a big bridge that's right behind us. I'm not even going to ask a question. I'm just going to send Yoshi to the most famous bridge that I know in a city with lots of Victorian housing, and that is San Francisco, California. Were we right? Were we right? Right off the bat, we were. Look at that. All right, now our goal is to find some Koopas, squish them to get their delicious Koopa juice. It's a shame Yoshi can't stick out his tongue in this game. Ooh, we're getting bad luck on this. None of the Koopas have anything in them. All right, so far I've seen the bridge in the background. I've seen the Transamerica Pyramid. Oh, wait. Oh, look at that. Two in a row that have items. This must randomly assign items to Koopas. And if that's the case, that means the speedrun of this is mainly just RNG. Mainly hoping that you find the Koopas with the artifacts as quickly as possible. And then just knowing some basic facts about landmarks. Okay, we have all of our items now. Take a look again at the city map, see where we're headed off to. So everything is either to the far right side or at the very top where we just started. So let's make our way to the right side, where it looks like it's the Transamerica Pyramid and maybe the Coit Tower. I might have spent a brief amount of time in San Francisco. All right, why is the Transamerica Pyramid closed today? Like the sign says, the top of the pyramid was stolen. So the Transamerica Pyramid on Columbus Avenue in downtown San Francisco was built in 1972. It's become a landmark due to its unusual shape. Standing 853 feet tall, the pyramid stayed to change the distinct shape of the skyline of the city. San Francisco is very susceptible to earthquakes, so the pyramid was built with a flexible concrete base, which makes it one of the most earthquake-proof of all of San Francisco's skyscrapers. Well, let's put the top back on that building. So the pyramid is located where? Next to Cairo's Great Pyramids? False. On the Trans-American Highway? False. Next to the zoo? False, but it is on Columbus Avenue. And when was it completed? Was it completed in 1972, 1906, 1938, or 1976? Well, we know skyscrapers were not really a thing in 1906. Their version of a skyscraper was like seven stories. It's about 7 stories tall, and that's about as high as a building ought to grow, according to the immortal words of Oklahoma. No, it's 1972. There it is. There is the Transamerica Pyramid. If I remember correctly, I think Transamerica was a financial services group. Like I believe they did insurance. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the history of them. All right. Why can I not change this? You're gonna make me choose the foghorn. Oh my gosh, come on. Change. Change what's selected. No, I don't want to look at all the pictures. I mean, I do want to look at all the pictures, but not yet. Okay, it's not gonna let us change to the Kuwait Tower, so never mind. It's gonna make us go all the way back up to the Golden Gate Bridge. Which stinks because Golden Gate Bridge is right next to our blue pipe. The blue pipe that we are looking for. So, we have the foghorn. Let's learn about why the Golden Gate Bridge is closed today. Although more of an orange color than its name suggests, the Golden Gate might be the world's most famous bridge. Built in 1937, it took over 4 years to complete. It's 4,200 feet long. The main cables are 36.5 inches in diameter and were designed to withstand winds up to 100 miles per hour. Because the Golden Gate Bridge is covered in fog on most days, it is equipped with enormous foghorns. In the very middle, the bridge is 260 feet above the bay, just tall enough for Navy battleships to pass underneath. All right. So it's 260 feet above the bay. It's 4,200 feet long and built in 1937. Well, let's return that foghorn and prove our authenticity. Now, what color is the Golden Gate Bridge? Is it orange? Is it gold? Is it silver? Is it gray? Well, let me tell you, it's neither gray nor silver. And although it may sound like it is gold, it is in fact painted in orange color. The Golden Gate connects San Francisco to what? To an open ocean? To Marin County? 14K Gold Gate? Or Oakland? Right. So, the gate certainly does not just connect San Francisco to the open ocean. That would be a very terrible bridge if it just led you into the middle of the ocean. And although it would be lovely to have a 14K Golden Gate, that leaves us either Marin County or Oakland. Now, I'm trying to remember, because it's been a long time since I've been on this bridge. I do believe... did you use it to cross into Oakland? I don't know that it directly connects, but let's say yes. Oh, it wasn't. No, that is a different bridge, apparently. All right, well, let's clear that screen out. And let's talk to this police officer. What is this? It's a foghorn. Thank you. All right, now I need you to go away, Miss Police Officer. Thank you. Let's ask away. So we know that it is an orange bridge. Oh, now we're not even going to get that question. All right, the Golden Gate Bridge was built in when? 1937, 1906, 1969, or 1941? All right, 1937 is the correct answer. You remember the colorful houses in Sausalito? Okay. I remember it. I mean, it was a long time ago. I was probably 13 when I went last time. And I remember, oh, you know what? I should have known it was Marin County because we had family that was living there. We didn't go to Oakland. I remember Oakland, them saying you could continue that way to Oakland, but you're right. I mean, obviously you're right. I got it wrong regardless. All right, into view the Golden Gate Bridge. 13, so like last year. Oof, I wish. Then my knees wouldn't be hurting quite so much. But there we go. There's a lovely Golden Gate Bridge. There's a park just on the other side of it. I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen. You can't see. You can't see what I'm pointing at on my screen. On the far side of this way, the far side of that bridge, there's a little park there too. I've got a serious moisturizing ritual. I don't, but I need to. I actually was really good about moisturizing when I was in college, when I didn't really need to moisturize my skin. And now that I probably should, I'm really bad about it. Really bad. Same thing with my hands. I'm not great about keeping those lotioned up. So especially in winter, they look very old. All right, why is the Coit Tower closed today? Well, let's find out. Looks like a window was stolen. Well, we've got that window. So, Coit Tower stands 500 feet above the San Francisco Bay on top of Telegraph Hill. The structure takes its name from Lillian Hitchcock Coit, who donated $125,000 to have it built in 1934. The tower honors the San Francisco Fire Brigade. It's shaped like a tall column, and it's easy to see why people constantly remark that it resembles a fire hose. I don't remember anybody ever saying, that building resembles a fire hose. I don't remember a single person saying that, but regardless. Inside, the tower is decorated with 16 large murals. The 25 mural artists were commissioned as part of the Make Work program designed to ease financial hardships during the Great Depression. You moisturize after a clean shave, but other than that, you don't. You're pretty lazy. Well, that's it. It's really hard to moisturize when you got a beard. So I do put beard oil in, which kind of moisturizes the skin beneath my beard. But I'm not really good about like moisturizing the exposed areas of my face. That's why I'm getting these wrinkles up here. I'm always surprised. All right. Let's return that window, and let's find out on what hill does Coit Tower stand? Is it Hitchcock Hill? Is it Beverly Hills? Or is it Telegraph Hill? Well, first, Beverly Hills is not San Francisco. That is Los Angeles. Hitchcock Hills is not correct either. Hitchcock was the name of the woman who donated. So that leaves Telegraph Hill. Hey, good morning, Comfy. Welcome in. What was the tower built to honor? Lillian Hitchcock Coit, the San Francisco Fire Brigade, or the Great Depression? So Lillian Hitchcock Coit is who it is named after because she donated $125,000 in 1930s money. But that is not who it's built to honor. And it's not the Great Depression because, let me tell you, that's not really something we want to honor. Now, some great things came out of it, but the Depression itself, not really honorable. Oh. And how was, Almery? How was that today? The San Francisco Fire Brigade. That is correct. That is the correct answer. Because remember, the building looks like a fire hose. Apparently. Again, seeing that, I've never thought that looks like a fire hose. But alas, that is what apparently people in this game say it looks like. All right. Hey, we have collected all of the photos. Let's take a look and see. Well, not take a look and see. Let's get back to our pipe. And then we'll revisit all of our lovely, lovely places that we visited today. So, remember when we went to the Colosseum? Ah, that was lovely. And the Trevi Fountain. And the Sistine Chapel. Man, Rome was the place where we started the game. Next. Oh, not next. We didn't go here next. This was where we just were. But remember the Golden Gate Bridge? Remember when they stole that foghorn and we returned it? What about the Kuwait Tower? You know, I don't know about you all, but for me, it definitely reminds me of a fire hose. And the Trans-America Pyramid. It is a building shaped like a pyramid and very earthquake-proof. Now moving down to Africa. Y'all remember when we visited Nairobi National Park? Visited its famous animal cracker factory? Or the Maasai village. They make their money off of cattle and not off of small birds. And the National Museum of Kenya. Yes, the oldest skull. They think it's 3 million years old. Oh, you got to see the... Yeah, so that was like the... For those of you who don't know, yesterday Sam and I did a model shoot for a wedding photographer. And it wasn't actually like our wedding photos. We already have those, but we got to like put on our wedding suits again. We got to spend like 3 hours just having a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what they look like, although it'll probably be about a year, she said, because she can't release the photos until they're published. So that'll be fun. In another year, I'll be like, wedding photos, what? But when I have those, I'll show them. I'll show them on stream, or if nothing else, I'll pop them in the Discord. Oh yes, and we visited Moscow today as well. We went to the Kremlin where we saw the biggest cannon in the world. St. Basil's Cathedral with its famous onion domes. Now, I did actually learn something new today. I did not know that each dome, the cathedral within it, is designed and decorated completely different. I thought that was kind of neat to learn today as well. Hey, Sushi Sarah, welcome in. We're just taking a look at our pictures from today's adventures. We went to the Bolshoi Ballet. Apparently, it sells out every performance, or at least in 1993, it sold out every performance. That's crazy. And Beijing, China. Visited the Temple of Heaven. Now, this building, if you did not know, not a single nail. There's not a single nail holding that building together. The Great Wall of China. Now, you can fit 5 horses riding next to each other across, like, on this whole bridge. Are we wrapping up the stream? I don't know. I think we've visited the major cities. But before we continued, I just wanted to like have a quick look back at all of the wonderful places now we've been. Now, I do want to tell you this: the Forbidden City is forbidden. You cannot go there. It is in the title of the city, so stay out. All right. So, we've completed San Francisco now. We have secured that city. Now what? Now where else can we go? Uh-oh. Oh. Can I jump on you? Oh, I can jump on you. All right, here's that exciting platforming action that you've been waiting for all stream. It's a literal boss rush. Okay. How many times do I have to jump on you? That many times, apparently. Okay. Now where are we going? Where are we going to? Oh my gosh, we have so many more places to go. Oh, joke was on me. I thought I was close to done. I am nowhere near done. All right. I thought we were going pretty quickly on this game, too. All right, well, welcome to Greece. It said a casual playthrough of this is about 2 hours. And then when I saw 5 rooms, I was like, yeah, that seems about right. Let's see. What's our best way to get to Greece? I don't actually see Greece on here. There we go. 8 Koopalings, so 40 locations. That does not seem like that should be right. Maybe I never did finish this game, because I never remembered that either. Oh my gosh. Yeah, imagine asking your parents for a Mario game and they pick you this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have some weirdly fond memories of this game, but I don't know why, actually. All right, but we've got Yoshi with us. Let's put on our map. Don't worry, we're not gonna play through all stages of this. That seems rather tedious for a 1993 educational game. But now I'm really curious about like where the average playtime is about 2 hours. I'm sure people are probably not. Well, no, because if you don't know all this information, you would still have to go look up stuff. All right, so there's another Yoshi here, or another Koopa here. Well, we'll take care of Greece, and then we'll call it good. What's the goal of this game? To learn. It's 2 hour average because everyone breaks their cartridge about that time. I could see that. So, Sushi Sarah, when I was young, this would have been. I probably got this game about the time. Like you would have been very, very, very young, or maybe not even existent at this point. When I would have played this game. All right. We have all of the artifacts. And nice, 2 of them are next to each other. Actually, all 3 of them are pretty close. All right, well, let's visit the first place. What is it? Hadrian's Arch. Why is it closed today? It's because the plaque was stolen. Let's learn about that brass plaque. The Roman Emperor Hadrian commissioned the building of the ornate arch. The arch separates the ancient city of Athens from the Roman city he built there, Hadrianopolis. The arch, made from pure white marble, was completed in 131 AD and resembles the French Arc de Triomphe. 2 brass plates affixed to the arch say it all. On the west face, the inscription reads, "This is Athens, the ancient city of Theseus," while on the east face, the inscription reads, "This is the city of Hadrian, and not of Theseus." Wow, what a shady comment. This is my city, not Theseus's city. All right, let's put a plaque back on there. And to prove that the plaque is authentic, we're going to answer a few questions. That's right, for whom did they name the arch and the new Roman city? Was it named after Athena, Caesar, Hadrian, or Zorba? Well, it's not Athena. This is the new city. The new city is not Athens. And we know that this is not Theseus' city. No, it is Hadrian's city. Yes, you are right. Now, what is that arch made of? Was it made of marble, plaster, gyros, or granite? Gyro is a type of flatbread taco. I'm not sure what else to call it. It's like a sandwich, a flatbread sandwich. No, I'm sorry, Sushi Sarah Sinistar. It's not a gyro. It is marble. It was marble this whole time. Also, hi, nice to see you. There you go. Here is a picture of Hadrian's Arch. Hope you enjoy taking a look at this. All right, enough of that. Let us head up. It'd be better made out of gyros. I'm not disagreeing with you there. Mimes, welcome in, Raiders. How is it going today? Yo, welcome in. Here is a little bit of confetti to say thank you, and also, we have to protect ourselves from all the Marios coming in as you power up into Mega Superstar Man Mario. Welcome in. So how is Serious Sam going? Hopefully better than Mario is missing. It's going well, nice. How are we doing? We're doing well. We are exercising our brains and maybe a little bit of our patience as well as we play Mario's Missing today as part of our Throwback Thursday retro gaming. It's the 1993 educational classic. Oh, but nice to see you. I thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate that. Got a raid and dash? Not a problem. I completely understand. Yo, Mives, thanks for swinging by today. Thanks for the raid. And until I see you again, remember, stay dandy. If you don't know Mives, they are, I know them through the Mario Maker community, although right now they are playing through the Serious Sam series. So they did Serious Sam 1, 2, skipped over to 4, and I'm now working on 3. Okay, let's find out. Why is the Parthenon closed today? Is it because a column was stolen? Let's learn about that column. Parthenon was built to honor Athena, the goddess of Athens, who gave Greece's capital city its name. The Parthenon was erected between 447 and 438 BC by the same architects who built the Acropolis. The temple is famous for its quantity of Doric columns. There are 8 columns on both sides and 17 along each side. An enormous statue of the goddess once stood in the Parthenon's Great Hall, where she was 39 feet tall, and her hands and face made from ivory. And her dress was 2,205 pounds of pure gold. That is a very heavy dress. Don't wear that dress. All right, let's grab a column and let's return it to the Parthenon. Which of the 3 types of Greek columns is best represented? Is it Ionic? Is it Doric? Is it ironic? Or is it round? Well, none of those match except for Doric. That's right. Good job. GG, everyone. The Parthenon was built to honor whom? Whom was this built to honor? It's not Helen of Troy. These are the Greeks, not the Trojans. Acropolis? No, the Acropolis is a building. I'll leave Zeus and Athena, and while Zeus would look great in a gold dress, unfortunately it was Athena. That's right. Let's head on in. There's a picture of it. There's a picture of that Parthenon. So educated. And now you're educated as well. Hope your brains are swelling up with all of this knowledge. Y'all are going to be the smartest people here on Twitch. Just keep that in mind. Next time you're watching a little bit of Super Mario Maker, throw out some of this knowledge into chat. See what they do with it. Why is it Erechtheion? I don't know how to pronounce this one. Erechtheion? Erechtheion. We'll just say Erechtheion temple closed today. Like I said, the Caryatid was stolen. Let's learn all about this. So the temple's floor plan is very complicated. It was built to include many earlier temples that once stood on the same site. Over the century, the temple has been a church, a palace, a harem, and a storehouse for the Greek military. Its most famous feature is the porch of the Caryatids, a deck supported by 6 columns which resemble young girls. Each Caryatid stands 6 feet, 6 inches high, and the girls' dresses look like the columns they replace. They are copies. The originals were removed to protect them against pollution. Oh, so do we have a copy or do we have one of the originals? I don't know. But we're going to prove the authenticity of it by answering a few questions. Ask me some questions. So it has a lovely face. What are they meant to replace? Are they columns? Is it a temple dancer? What about the Greek military? Or maybe just some guards? Well, they are guarding the deck above them. But what holds up a deck? That's right, some columns. Now, the originals were removed to protect them from what? Was it some pollution? Maybe a little bit of thieves? Vandals? I think thieves and vandals would be pretty close. A thief would steal them, a vandal would deface them. I was about to say defecate them, which I guess would be a form of vandalism as well, but we can be pretty sure that those two are the same. Or was it to protect them from the Romans? Well, they and the Greeks did not get along very well, and in fact, there was a little bit of issues with them destroying each other's cultures. So, I do believe the correct answer is pollution. That's right. At last, we have recovered it. Draw a little mustache on those young girl statues. Look at that. I actually have never seen this before. This is my first time seeing this particular artifact. Oh, you've been there. Nice. We've had a couple people who have been to some of these places. You just Googled it. It's pretty neat. 2 years ago last week. Nice. See, I've never been to Greece either. There are a lot of places I've never been. All right. Why are you not leaving this temple? What have I done? What have I done wrong here? There we go. Okay, well, have we found all 3 items on here? Well, let's take a look at our computer. We sure did. And on top of that, we have Yoshi with us. So, let us head out to the city map and to the blue pipe, which is all the way to our left. Letting you had part of your honeymoon in Greece. Nice. I'm ready. I am ready to take our honeymoon. Although, now I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what we're going to end up being able to do for it. It's not too hot in May either. I was going to say it's on the Mediterranean, so it should have some really nice temperate climate. You know, kind of warm in the or hot in the summer, warm in the winter. Well, nice. Well, I think we have gotten a pretty good look at this woman's face. And I want you to think about this face for the rest of your day. That is the face of someone who has knowledge. And your face will look like this too after today's stream. I want to say thank you all so much for hanging out today. I had a pleasure revisiting Mario is Missing. My brain hurts because we've been thinking so much. So, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, have a good one, and until I see you again, remember, stay dandy. See y'all later.